Okay, hi. A lot of people have been asking me how or what is the best way to stretch the wrist flexors and the wrist extensors of the arm. I've had a lot of people with elbow things lately, even some shoulder and neck things. And in these situations, based on what their particular situation was, getting either the flexors or the extensors to really release brought freedom to the wrist, elbow, and shoulder and neck. Best way I know how to stretch them is to do one arm at a time, where you turn the fingers back so the fingers are facing towards you. You want to have the thumb side of your wrist and the pinky side of your wrist completely parallel to each other. So it's not in this kind of turned position, but you want to make sure that the pinky side of the wrist and the thumb side are on that straight line. Now the thing is, the way to get the stretch is, because most of the forearm muscles are attaching to the fingers, you have to actually include the fingers to get the stretch into the forearm. So instead of just having your one arm be here, you have your one arm be here, and then with the other hand, lift your pinky. Then lift your ring finger. Then the middle finger. Index finger. Thumb doesn't really matter. You can play with the thumb if you want to. It does get something, but it's not as profound as the rest of the other fingers. That gets all of these forearm muscles to stretch. When you come out, make sure you release it a little bit. Move your wrist around. It's intense on the wrist. To get the extensors of the forearm, it's a similar action. You can take your hand like this, but then you have to get the fingers in. So the big stretch that comes to my extensors is when I take the fingers and I start to flex the fingers towards my wrist. Just this isn't really going to get it, but when you get the fingers to move, you get all of those muscles to stretch. Make sure that you get assessed, make sure it's the right thing for you. Just because you have elbow pain or some sort of tendonitis doesn't mean you should necessarily flex these muscles. Get assessed properly, but if you find out that these are the ones you got to stretch, these are a couple different stretches you can do to really get it to release. Okay, thanks.